Welcome back, OG Gang. It's your boy Ducky OG from OG Clan. I'm back again with another one, man. And today we're reacting to what happened to Vevo, man. And if you're a music fan, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And you like what happened to it because you probably still use it and listen to it, and the numbers ain't different or whatever. But like, it's definitely not what it used to be because like artists, you literally used to exclusively drop their music with Vevo on YouTube because they had the method down for monetizing it. I'm pretty sure something like that. But we gonna figure it out in this video. Hit that like button if you enjoy. My name's Ducky OG, and we gonna get right into it, man. Let's go. Hold on. Dang, not prepared as always. Let me see. All right, let's get it, y'all.
Every single musician had Vevo in their YouTube channel name, Vevo in the bottom left of their videos, and there were even YouTubers putting Vevo on their diss tracks because it made them look more official. But this has left people with a few questions like, what even is Vevo? Why was their name on every single YouTube video? And whatever happened to it? Well, it turns out that Vevo was a big scheme cooked up by the music industry that eventually failed. So to understand that, we gotta go back to Vevo's inception. Vevo was created back in 2008, when the music industry was recovering from quite a few problems. See, back in the day, music videos used to be aired on TV, on platforms like MTV, NBC, and more. This way, the producers and artists could get money directly from the networks and their advertisers. But then the internet came in and disrupted everything. CDs and records were being replaced by illegal file-sharing services like Napster and LimeWire, because why would you buy something when you can just get it for free? So as you may know, this made the music industry not very profitable. Things like Spotify and iTunes were just coming out.
Yeah, low key, like I remember back in the day, we had just got the school computers, man, and I had the whole Carter 3 on my netbook. That was fire, dog. Like, I used to listen to that song every day on my computer, man. And because of LimeWire, bro, but like you definitely got a lot of viruses and whatnot on LimeWire. So it's like it was definitely you had to pick your poison, bro. But if you knew what you was doing, you was cool. But a lot of people didn't, so a lot of people suffered the consequences.
So the industry hadn't really figured out how to make money. That's why they came together and created Vevo. Universal Music Group and Sony Music Entertainment both got together in an evil corporate fashion and created Video Evolution, or Vevo for short. If those names sound familiar, that's because UMG and Sony are two of the big three record labels, which means that these three labels own pretty much every other smaller label. They thought that by creating Vevo, they could find a way to monetize music videos, and they did.
What we're trying to do is quite simple, which is to provide a high-quality, premium music and video experience to as many people as possible in as many places as possible. On any television, on any computer, on any phone, on any connected digital platform, we want to provide the highest quality, premium music and video experience. So we do that today with our partner YouTube. So about 70% of music videos worldwide are consumed and discovered and viewed through YouTube. So what Vevo does is provide that experience inside of YouTube with the world's largest music companies.
The issue, though, was that YouTube was
exactly like so. Like I said, Vevo was essentially a tool to monetize people's music through YouTube, and I basically think that it being boiled down, like there's a whole like structure you have to go through before your channel is even monetizable. So I think even back then, an artist would have to upload their music, and if they blew up and they're an established artist but they're not a YouTuber or haven't made a YouTube channel, which a lot of them didn't really have YouTube channels back then you would have to start that process with your music, and then it would be a snowball effect again, and then you would have to build that from the ground up. And so Vevo skipped that process basically by just giving you a platform that already has monetizable features, and you just put it through there. That way it's a consistent stream of funds, and it's already an established like entity in the industry of what you're trying to get into. So basically, if you put yourself there, then you're basically already established in that industry as well. And you use your name, they use Vevo, and basically you guys both get mutual benefit. The channel keeps growing, your music grows and it continues to grow, reach to more people, you get funds, yada yada yada. Sorry for yapping, but I felt like some of y'all need to get that boiled down or whatever. But let's go.
Like 3% of their videos at the time, while platforms like Hulu had ads on all of their stuff. But YouTube had been working with these record labels and wanted to keep music videos on their platform because that was one of their biggest sources of views. So YouTube and Vevo came to an agreement. Universal and eventually some of the other labels I mentioned would put their music videos on YouTube and Vevo would distribute them. Google hosted them on YouTube and Vevo's website as well. Vevo was also in charge of selling ads to advertisers. Most ads on YouTube videos, like the one you're watching right now, are sold programmatically, where advertisers bid on a certain type of customer demographic, like specifically targeting which country they are from or what age group they belong to. This is very common, I'm sure most of you understand that, but Vevo instead would sell specific slots to advertisers, which makes a bit more sense because you can imagine that appearing in front of a Drake video is likely going to get you more attention than throwing your ad on a MattyBallz video, for example. It's kind of like how
Why did slight diss to himself like that? But that's facts, though. I mean, yeah, it just makes more sense to, like, it's essentially buying into an influencer, basically, like what happens now with just like private partnerships or like business deals, like Kai Cenat with McDonald's, like, you know. So it's just that their version of that, their version of what we have now, then basically.
advertisers kill to be in the Super Bowl. I'm sure they've had quite a few bidding wars over Taylor Swift's music videos. Not because they're good, but because she gets a lot of views. Also, on long videos like interviews and things like that, they can sell slots for ads during the video as well. This way, Vevo is able to make quite a bit more money from YouTube ads than your everyday YouTuber. So with all of that sorted out, Vevo got like $300 million in investment money, and they were preparing to launch. They acquired some other labels as distribution partners, furthering the music video monopoly, and then they were ready to launch. Vevo launched on December 8th of 2009 with 30,000 videos on their website from huge artists like Eminem, Lil Wayne, Michael Jackson, Lady Gaga, Kesha, Miley Cyrus, and many more. The website actually crashed on launch and in the first month got over 35 million views. Apparently they had already surpassed other websites like AOL Music, MySpace Music, MTV, Warner Music, and more. I was 7 when all of this was going down, so hearing about MySpace Music is new to me and pretty interesting. Regardless, Vevo was going crazy, launching in different...
Yeah, I think I was 9. Yeah, I was 9 when whenever all this was blowing up, like I'm pretty sure I was like 9 when it first came out. And then like through the years, like I think when it really popped off, like the first Vevo video I think I seen was the Maroon 5 I think Misery video. So like that was super dope to me. And I love that video. I still love that song now. But that was really big whenever I was coming up. And then the Michael Jackson what video was that? I think it was Smooth Criminal. Smooth Criminal went crazy on YouTube whenever I was young. I think I was like 10 whenever that came out, bro. And you know that was just iconic for YouTube at that time, because like that was one of the main reasons you were on there. If you weren't on there for Gangsta Mario and freaking just crazy videos like that and stuff like that, like freaking Annoying Orange and whatnot.
Markets internationally, European countries, Mexico, and more. They even got the other big 3 record label, Warner, to sign with them as a content distribution partner. And they were also distributing videos on MTV.com, which was a whole lot cooler back then. At this time, Vevo was getting most of its views, 80% to be exact, from YouTube. Because Vevo was a conglomerate of pretty much every big record label and small one, and they distributed these videos to YouTube, that's why every artist had their own Vevo page, like Eminem Vevo or Rihanna Vevo. That's also why pretty much every music video in the early 2010s and even up until this day have Vevo in the bottom left corner, or right, I can't remember. But that still leaves us with one question. What happened to Vevo, and why did I say they failed earlier? Well, they had a problem. Vevo wasn't making that much money as an actual company. Most of the money was going to YouTube, and then to the record labels, leaving Vevo to pick up the scraps. Apparently, Vevo was also very expensive to run because of everything I mentioned, so pretty early on into the company's life, they tried to find a buyer for $1 billion, which didn't really work out. So Vevo had to come up with some other ways to make money. First, they started making other types of content on YouTube and their own website, like interviews, live stream concerts, and things along those lines, although that content was never super successful. Then they released an app
Yeah, because I've never heard of any of that, dude. Like, that's crazy. That's so crazy because I've never heard of Vivo News. I think that would have been cool. Like, especially then, I think that would have been so dope. But it seemed like artists really didn't start doing interviews for real until like 2015, 2016. You had some before of people who came out and who, would publicly speak. And that's why you have the people right now who are like a genuine staple because there were some people who just never shut up. Like Snoop Dogg has never shut, and I'm not saying he's wrong for that because, like, it's Snoop Dogg. He's great. He's dope. That's the world's uncle. About to be the world's grandpa in a couple more years, bro. But I think he already is. Well, anyways, with that being said, like, honestly, if it was successful, I feel like it would have done well, or if they would have pushed harder. But I feel like there was no push because I don't know what Vivo News is. What the hell?
To watch music videos on your phone, and when it first launched, it was actually very successful. By early 2011, they were bigger than Facebook and right behind YouTube for video viewed content. By the end of 2011, Vevo was getting over 3.7 billion views a month. They had over 13 million downloads of their app, and they had made over 150 bucks, and they had made over $150 million in revenue. But like I said, most of this money was going to YouTube and the labels, not to Vevo. And because they didn't want to rely so much on YouTube, they tried to diversify. They created something called Vevo TV that was supposed to be like Hulu, and they were also on apps like Roku, Apple TV, and more. It's likely that they were eventually plotting to become something like Hulu for music videos, where they wanted people to pay a monthly subscription to watch these music videos.
And so we think there's
That would be the stupidest thing in the world, bro. That would honestly be the stupidest thing in the world because artists don't even like drop music videos until months later sometimes, bro. So it's like, okay, so you're not even gonna get some of this music, and I would understand, okay, you got the music video coming soon, and they're still promoting music, so there's something like Hulu mixed with a Spotify, but at the same time, like that as a business model just does not make any freaking sense. So I can understand why they failed now if they're failing because that's stupid. Who would pay? Would you guys pay monthly for music videos, bro, on a platform? Because I know I would not. I use YouTube now as my music platform, but that's because it's equally dropped on to other platforms and it's spread out everywhere now. So like, it's not like it used to be to where YouTube doesn't get it. So like, I just like that YouTube is convenient. Let me know what y'all use. What do you guys use for your music, man? Spotify, Apple Music. I think some people still use what's it called? SoundCloud. I use YouTube Music. That's just me though. Let me know what y'all use.
one of the important things, and you hear this throughout the industry, that the move towards subscription, a more premium product, that's something we're very interested in and very much, working towards.
That's a subscription service, or does the whole thing go behind a paywall? Do I have to pay to watch Katy
No, we believe in a dual revenue stream.
This was a rumor for a while, but after consumers have had music videos for free for so long, it's very unlikely that would have ever happened. Regardless, for a while, like I just said, their diversification was working, but it didn't last long, because in 2018, everything came crashing down for Vevo. Vevo had a few controversies that really hurt the company, and I'm not talking about the time some executives were ironically caught watching pirated content, or when they were trying to work with Facebook to get people's info for targeted videos. The main issue they had was in 2018, when they found themselves in the crosshairs of some hackers from the group Armine. First, the hackers got into Vevo's servers and released 3 terabytes of their documents and videos. Then they got hacked again. This time, 2 hackers named Karoy SH and ProSox got into Vevo's YouTube channel. When they got in, they deleted Despacito, which was the most viewed Vevo video on YouTube, and they also renamed a ton of the videos as well.
Why? Why'd you do that? It had to do something. I feel like, when stuff like this happens, bro, it always makes me think, like, let's say when Playboi Carti gets his music leaked. Like, I'm like, how do you even know where to steal the music from, bro? Like, how do you know which producer to go and hack, dog? Like, how do you know that? Like, you got to be a real inside fan. You got to be a real insider with this information. So I always think it's an inside job, bro. Like, ain't no way. Like, because you got to have some real info to even hack somebody, right? Because, like, you got my email address. Okay, that's big. And that's big for a lot of people because a lot of people's passwords are easy. But and honestly, where hackers are at, there's a lot of code crack or password cracking softwares that you can use to break easy passwords. But with all that aside, like, these guys deleted Despacito, bro. Like, that sounds like somebody wasn't getting their money and they like, I'm gonna take my video down. We're not taking your video down. We own it. Use that. We signed the contract for us to put it up here. Oh, you don't want me to take it? You don't want to take it down and give me my money? All right, bet. Cool. And then boom, they get hacked. Like, bro, that's crazy, dog. Like, how does that happen?
Changed some thumbnails, and apparently this was some sort of pro-Palestine protest. I'm not sure how much these hacks really affected Vevo, but it seems like everything started crumbling after this happened. The CEO stepped down, a bunch of important executives left, and they had to lay off.
I mean, if that really tells me all I need to know. The CEO stepped down. They hacked him too. They got some information. Hey, bro, if you don't step down, then we're gonna release this too. All right, bet. And then money started moving, and then they started doing it to everybody. So like, I see where the downfall happened now with all the information presented. Right, it happened right here, and it didn't downfall. I don't think it downfall for any of the things before, because obviously they had money to produce all that content that they tried before. It just didn't work how they wanted it to work. It seems like the hacking brought the downfall because it literally took some people whose vision was to make this company work out of it. So then whenever you add new entities in that, and then they have to rebuild from the ground up where you left off, basically, and it's already in shambles, it's hard to build that back up, bro. So like, I don't think Vevo is dead, but like, I could see why it's at where it's at now with all this information presented, for sure.
Off dozens of employees. At the same time, Vevo was really struggling to compete with YouTube. It seemed like them putting their content on other websites or making their own website was a way to distance themselves from YouTube, so that way they didn't have to pay all of their revenue to YouTube. But that clearly didn't work, as YouTube is still the #1 site when it comes to watching music videos. Plus, the same year, YouTube just launched YouTube Music, so Vevo never became the Hulu or the Netflix of music videos. Instead, Vevo decided to wave the white flag. Vevo decided to shut down all of their other operations and just merge with YouTube to become a regular distributor. YouTube merged the Vevo accounts with the artist's official accounts to consolidate everything. So if you were subscribed to a Vevo account, your subscription would be switched over to the official artist account. YouTube said, Vevo's reach and business can continue to grow on YouTube as a direct result of simplifying the user experience through consolidation of an entire artist catalog into one channel, where Vevo videos are featured prominently. So basically, like Agario, YouTube just ate up Vevo. This is probably why it feels like you don't see the Vevo branding as much. I mean, we're all probably used to seeing the Vevo logo in videos, so we don't notice it very often, but it is still there. It's just that the channels don't have Vevo in their name anymore. And Vevo is still pretty successful after the merge with YouTube, as they have over...
I'd say that, yeah, there's no different. I feel like that really sums it all up, dude. Like, there's really no difference if they just merged. Then I would imagine that Vevo is probably still shooting a lot of those videos, and that section of YouTube where people are doing music, I feel like there's a certain team that uploads that, and then there's a promotion that's specifically set aside for the YouTube rollout for that music video. Just because, like I said, if it's the biggest, or like they said, if it's the biggest platform still for music videos, then it's, no matter what, you're rolling it out like the freaking red carpet in Hollywood, because basically, this is the platform that you're gonna get the most engagement on. So I don't know. This video is super dope, super informational. I think Vevo still is cool. I think it'll always be a staple in our lives. I don't think it's failing at all, because I mean, you know, it just is what it is. We are where we are in the place of society where music videos are super prominent, and then you got other platforms that are doing music and stuff like that and doing music promotion. So I think that's just, in a world where, you know, freedom of expression and freedom of business is available, I just feel like you got competitors, you know, because if Vevo would have been the only one, then it would have been a monopoly, and that probably would have sucked. So with that being said, man, if you enjoyed this video, drop the like, hit the sub, and definitely comment. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Love you guys so much, man. It's your boy Ducky OG from the OG Clan, and my voice. Peace.